Welcome again to Football's Global Hub. This is my match reaction, my five takeaways from the Revs' victory against Charlotte FC on Saturday. I apologize. I've waited too long to do this show. I just been having a lot going on personally to do a show anytime earlier. So thank you very much for everyone that watches and listens to this episode and your patience. I will be doing many more shows, but this is just a timing issue, just some scheduling conflicts. So, but I am back here doing a show for probably the next 10 to 15 minutes, talking about the Revs' victory against Charlotte FC with my five takeaways. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe on our YouTube channel at Football's Global Hub, youtube.com/at Football's Global Hub. That's where you can subscribe and get alerts when we go live. So let's go to my opening thoughts. And I just have to say this. I continue to say this, that over the course of watching the Revs this season, I knew going into it that a change of manager was needed. And I knew that a culture change was needed. So what I think we are watching, we're continuing to watch, is basically a team come together with just a very good culture. And it leads to victories because you're playing together as one, as a team. So we can talk about individuals, but this all starts with Marko Mitrovic and his coaching staff. And also, yes, ownership for giving him the players that he needs to win. It's not always the flashy name. It sometimes is just the players that the manager wants. And I think that's what we're seeing. But in this match, it's just a continuation of what I've been watching all season. Is just team football. And I call it football. I don't call it soccer. I call it football. So it's team football, playing together and just finding a way to win. And that obviously is going to be involved in my five takeaways. But I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing. And I want to congratulate everyone involved with the New England Revolution, because they are giving Revs fans what they want, what they were missing since Bruce Arena left. Certainly didn't have it during the time of Caleb Porter. Just a team. This is a team. And it's a team I think you can be proud of. Are they going to win each and every week? No. But I think it's going to be an enjoyable season and something to build on for the future. So that's really my opening thoughts on this match and what it means. But let's go to my five takeaways. Let's start with number 5. And this is just something that I think is a no-brainer. It was a tale of two halves. So if you watch the match and you watch the first half, the one thing that is fairly noticeable is that Charlotte FC were really dangerous when they had counterattacks, and they created the more scoring opportunities. The Revs had a decent one from Luca Langoni, but for me, this was a tale of two halves, because the first half, I think the Revs were just trying to figure out how this match was being played. They get to halftime, and then you're seeing a shift. It was a cagey match, especially in the second half, but it was more of like just finding that moment to try to score a goal and playing well defensively, playing together as a team, basically having a very good shape. And the one noticeable thing that I think we continue to see is a team that is well drilled, knows their role. Each player knows their role and is in the right place at the right time. Didn't see that last season. So they're difficult to break down, the Revs, where they can be vulnerable. And we saw this in this match, especially in the first half, was on the counter. But in the second half, you could tell that Marko made an adjustment and the players were more tight defensively in their shape and were difficult to get through. And then when they created opportunities, the Revs created some very good opportunities. At the very end of the match, you have the situation with Charlotte FC having that opportunity at the very end. But beyond that, they didn't offer much in the second half. I think that is a testament to what's going on with the New England Revolution. That's why I'm calling it a tale of two halves. Second half better than the first half. So let's go to number 4. And this is going to be a common theme, not just with me. I actually heard this on Revolution Recap. I've seen it all over. Will Sands. Will Sands proved me wrong. So I'm wrong about Will Sands. I like to be proven wrong. So maybe as I was listening on Revolution Recap, maybe it came down to how the manager played last season, and now he's playing differently with more confidence and more purpose with our current manager, Michael Mitrovic, but we're seeing a different player. And I can tell you that when a player is given the freedom to play within themselves and you see the best version of them, they can get better. And that's what we're seeing with Will Sands. Will Sands is now your starting left back. He totally is. He should be. So for me, Will Sands really did just a phenomenal job here. He really did. He deserves a lot of credit, a ton of credit here. So I just want to mention about Will Sands, what he is doing for the New England Revolution. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to see, or just to being a fullback in general, because I know he can play left back and right back. So he's doing just a really good job. So I've been proven wrong about Will Sands. That's why that's my number 4 takeaway. Number 3, I mentioned this last week. Matt Turner saves the game once again at the very end of the match, makes a phenomenal save, but he made them in the first half as well. When you need a goalkeeper to step up and be a player to win you a game, this is your guy. So said it in the last episode. I keep saying this. For those that have a problem with bringing Matt Turner in because of quote unquote the price tag being a DP, whatever you have him financially, I don't care. You just make it work. Make him stay. Or I shouldn't say make him stay. I hope he stays. Because Matt Turner continues to give the Revolution a great deal. He was massive in this match, not just at the end. Like I said, key saves in the first half. Matt Turner, once again, proving his worth. I'm glad that he's back with the New England Revolution. Hope he stays for a long time. Okay, number 2. This is something that I heard in Revolution Recap. I know Diego did not play a lot, but it got me to think, and I think it has more to do with my feelings on Griffin Yao than Diego, but I want to see Diego be a starter. And nothing against Griffin Yao. I see why he has come to the New England Revolution. You know, again, this is someone that Mitrovic knows. He could come good. I want to say Griffin Yao could come good, but Diego Fagundes, once he's up to full fitness, is ready to go. He is who he is. Griffin Yao still has work to be done. So for me, I want to see more Diego Fagundes. I want to see if Diego Fagundes can take that job away from Griffin Yao. Griffin Yao is, again, there's promise there, but I just don't know if he's going to get to where we need this season. So you got to go with a player that gives you the best chance to win. I think ultimately it's going to be Diego. So that's why, like I said, he just played a bit part, but he still made a difference. So I wanted to mention that's my number 2. Let's go to number 1. And finding a way to win continues to be the identity of the Revs. You see this in most of the matches that they've won. Sometimes it's not pretty, but it's a style. And when you need the team to step up at the end where it looks like it's going to be a draw, you find a way to win. Now, is it a handball? I believe so, totally. But they had to create that from Peyton Miller. But then you have to have your captain come in and score on a penalty, which he does very often. So right place, right time, finding a way to win. That's your New England Revolution. So that easily could have been a draw, maybe even a loss. I once again found a way to win. This is the identity that the Revs are building here. So it's infectious. And with everything going on in Boston with Boston sports, the fact, listen, I can say it till blue in the face. I used to be one of them like, no, I don't care what everyone watches. No, I don't care if the Revolution grow their fan base. What I really want is the fact I want the people in the media, which I know, even though I'm saying this over and over again, they don't care. It's just too bad. because this is a likable team that reminds me of so many Boston teams in other sports that the regular fan would like. The regular Boston sports fan would enjoy because it's not the most talented team, but they play as a team. That's what makes them so likable to me. They're playing for each other. There's no like superstar anymore. I mean, Carlos Hill doesn't act like a superstar. There's no hero ball like you see with the Celtics. With the Red Sox, it's still an individual sport and a team fabric, and the Bruins are the Bruins. It is what it is. And then, of course, you got the Patriots, but their season is far away. You got all the turmoil going with them. How about taking some time on a Saturday night, and if you got Apple TV Plus, checking out the New England Revolution, or better yet, go to the match. I think you're going to enjoy it because they find a way to win, and they're fun to watch. And that's my number one takeaway. Okay. To end this quick episode, I am going to end with man of the match. Okay. So could have gone in a few ways for man of the match. Could have said Matt Turner. Could have said Carlos Hill for scoring the goal. But I have to go with Will Sands because Will Sands is playing at a very high level and I think has won a fullback position. So congratulations, Will Sands. You are football's global hub man of the match, and you deserve it big time. Okay. Well, listen, I understand that I waited a while to do this show, and it's a quick show, but I just want to thank everyone that continues to watch and listen to the show. I'm trying to grow this from the ground up, and I hope fans will continue to watch. It's not just going to be a Revolution show. I am concentrating a lot on that, but when I get into the World Cup, you're going to hear a lot of talk about the World Cup. And eventually I'm going to talk about the game in Europe. I'm going to get into all that. But I wanted to spend some time talking about the Revolution, get that going. So that's why I'm talking a lot of Revs. And I hope you enjoy the talk. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. My name's Russ Goldman. Thank you, as always, for watching and listening to Football's Global Hub.